the Guys Podcast. We have a special guest here today, Tiffany. What's going on? How are you?
Hello, how is everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great, great.
Good, good, good.
Oh well,
So,
thank you.
so wait, what is your? So wait, so your name is Tiffany, and where are you from?
I am from South Jersey, whoop whoop, right in between AC and Philly, so great location.
Okay, okay.
Born and raised.
Oh, born and raised.
Yes.
Okay, so you stayed home. Okay, okay. And do you mind if we ask you like your age? Is that okay?
Sure. I am 44.
You don't look 44.
Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely don't look 44. Black and crack.
Nope.
And are you currently in a relationship or are you single?
I am currently in a 5-year relationship.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And do you have any children?
I do. I have 2. So I was married for 15 years, divorced in 2018. My daughter just turned 22 on Saturday, and my son turned 17 in May.
Wow, you have a whole 22 of your life.
Yeah.
Wow. How does it feel to have children that age, especially growing up in today's time? It's very different from when I got.
Are we allowed to cuss?
Yes, curse. Do you think?
It feels fucking amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Why
So there are a lot of people that waited until they were older. My sister, who her son turns 2, but she decided to, have a baby at like 39, 40. And all I can say is I love my weekends. I love sleeping in. My children are self-sufficient. They cook, they clean. Like, I'm living my best life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And both children, are they from your previous marriage?
No. So my daughter, she has a different father than my son. My son was 5 years into my marriage.
Okay. And then you said your daughter has, and the son is from the previous marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Does the man that you're in a relationship now, does he have any children?
He does. He has 3. 2 girls, 1 boy. They're all they're between the ages of 5 and 11.
Okay, that's awesome. So do you want to get married again? Or do you not care? You just... Why?
I personally do not want to get married again. I am okay where I am in life. I've been there. I've done it. I will try anything once. So I do not turn my nose up to anyone in that space. A lot of my girlfriends and and their partners, they're all in like different stages of their life, just getting married, engaged, thinking about it, and I am so for that. Like, if you like it, I love it, and I will be there to support. For me personally, marriage is a huge commitment, and I'm not sure if I have it in me to do it again. Right? It took a lot of blood, sweat, tears, energy, sacrifice, and I don't regret it at all. But looking at where I am in my life right now and how it's set up, I'm looking for a companion, a friend, someone that will be there for me and I for them. But I don't necessarily need that piece of paper to have that type of commitment with someone.
I like that. I always say, sorry about that. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. My bad. Tyler, you can talk. My bad. 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I did have a question, but it slipped my mind. I was making sure I was trying to be engaged with what you were saying. But yeah, it sounds great. It's great that you're almost done with your parenting. That's what sounds like what you're saying. You're happy that you're almost done.
Well, let me put it this way: you're never done parenting, but I think the hardest part of parenting is over for me.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So what made you feel as though you don't want to get married again? I understand when people say that. I just want to know what was your reason that you feel that way.
I am a very independent person. Like, I can cohabitate and get along with anybody, But I think that in many of my previous relationships, I felt kind of caged or controlled. I felt like I had to fit a certain mold. Um, and other people's expectations of myself. And truly, it only ended up hurting me in the long run. And so I think I'm a little bit of a control freak, right? And so to be able like to get married, say those vows, you are handing yourself over to your mate. And I won't say never, because you don't know what the universe holds in for my future. We don't know. But as of right now, I like to be able to move about the way that I am without that. I don't know. I don't want to make it seem or sound, like scary or something, but just without having someone else that like I have to conform to, I have to ask, you know, do you want this? Should we do that? What should I wear? I want to be able to do it and like, and it comes from like the heart. I really want your opinion. I really want to know what you're thinking and how you feel about this, and not have that obligation to kind of turn myself over to someone again.
Tiffany, quick question: like, how did you grow up? What was your upbringing like? Did you grow up in a two-parent household?
I grew up with my parents. My stepfather, but he was there from like day one. He's the only father that I've ever known.
How old was he when he came into your life?
I think I was probably about 1.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so literally the only father I've ever known.
Did you get to connect with your biological dad?
No, so he was crazy and deranged. My mother was.
Oh, wait, when you say that, do you mean
no, like for real?
Else, or is it just like people, your mom just telling you he was crazy?
Oh no, he was medicated. Like he was diagnosed.
Oh,
like
Okay.
for real.
That's different.
yeah. My mom was married to him for about 10 years. And it was a very trying, difficult, abusive relationship that she had stayed in. When she had me, she saw the light kind of thing, didn't want me to be in that type of environment. But by that point, like his mental health started really going left. So they divorced and separated. I never met him. He actually passed away when I was a sophomore in high school. I wouldn't have known him if I walked down the street. Yeah. But I grew up in a 2-family household, suburban, upper middle class upbringing, good school system, siblings, all that good stuff.
So it's like, what is your racial background like? Are both your parents black, or is one black and white?
So my mother is half black and Filipino. Her mother is from the Philippine Islands.
Okay.
My biological father, he's black. He has some Jamaican and some other things, sprinkled in. My daddy, that I grew up with, he's black. Great grandfather is German, type thing. But we grew up as a black household.
Okay, and what kind of culture did he bring to your family? What kind of man was he?
Oh, so it's funny because when looking back now, it's like, did we really have a lot of culture? Like I grew up with a lot of Italian.
No, when I say culture, I mean the kind of man he was. Meaning,
oh, he was an amazing man. I'm so sorry.
I mean, like ethnic culture. I just mean more so like, what type of personality traits did this man have?
He was the combination of Bill Cosby at the time and Huey Newton. He was like, he told us how it was and what it was going to be. Like he never allowed us to be comfortable in our own skin. But for good reason. He was setting us and preparing us for the world that we were going to live in for the rest of our lives. At the same time, he was, I say like Cosby because he was funny. He cooked. He cleaned. He participated in parenting. He was like my classroom dad. You know how like classroom moms, like he was like classroom dad sometimes and went on class trips. So my dad was very involved in like our upbringing.
Okay. Who was the breadwinner in that dynamic, your mom and dad?
I'm gonna have to
I
say
have my assumptions.
my mom was.
I knew it.
Yeah, I almost could have guessed.
Yeah, I knew it. And you know how I knew it? I knew it because of your personality trait. Well, I'm sorry, the way you self-reported just now, right? You said that you're a control freak. You said that you don't want to fit into the mold of a traditional wife, right? That's what you said.
Mhm.
So that's why I asked you what your upbringing was, because normally, when people grow up, they tend to mirror what they see at home. So that was very interesting. So you grew up seeing your mom be more so in the leadership role, and really
Yes.
the person that makes the decisions.
She was a VP of accounting of a very, very famous uh, casino and hotel. So in the 80s, like, so she
Yeah.
definitely broke a lot of molds before it was a thing.
So you grew up seeing a strong, not independent because she was with the man, but a strong, uh, vocal woman, right? Like a
Yeah.
boss woman. And you wanted to, did you want to mirror that?
We had no choice. There was there was no sleeping. It's funny. My dad used to say, like, I'm especially his girls, like, I'm raising y'all forward tough. Like, y'all gotta work and do this and not depend on anybody, whether it's a man or a woman. But like, y'all need to make sure my parents made sure they've raised us to be like extremely self-sufficient.
Okay. So I'll let Tyree ask some questions. I've been like taking over asking some questions, but there's so many
No.
because
No,
you're
you
very,
asking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you're very interesting, and I can already tell. Like I'm the kind of person I don't have to have known someone for a long time to know if they'll be valuable with whatever I'm doing or me and my partner is doing. But I can tell that you're very open, you're honest. I can tell you have a sense of honesty that you embody, and I appreciate that. And you being a woman in her 40s, having past experience, you have children, you raise them, you have a man now, you were married, then you have a kid from a man before you're married. So you embody all types of understanding and experiences. So yeah, I just want to just keep on asking. I like we have to get to this topic, but I'm like this is a fuck. Like,
No, but
let me ask you a question. Do you think that well, I don't want to say a stepfather because he was there out of respect for him for his contribution. Do you think your father kind of suffered in silence because you did say he had a Huey P. Newton, right, kind of personality? And Huey P. Newton was, from what I know, he was a political advocate for the black community, right? The black
Mhm.
that started in Oakland, California. So I'm very familiar. Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale. I grew up on that, right? And I have a healthy respect and admiration for all of our black political freedom fighters, right? Do you think that he kind of felt a little insecure not being the main breadwinner? Because you did say he was a mixture of Bill Cosby and Huey P. Newton. The Bill Cosby part, I wouldn't have asked you that. But Bill Cosby was very successful in the Cosby Show, from what we know, right?
Right.
Funny, he was very charismatic in the show, but on the comedic side, that's one thing, and I think that men lend a hand to their comedic side when they don't want to ask and answer serious questions.
Yeah.
It can kind of like make them feel more comfortable in a role that's less of, not as a human being, but less of as far as financial contribution, right?
Right.
I'm going to ask you, you associating his personality trait with like a Huey P. Newton, which is a man's man, right? Masculinity. How did he feel? How do you think he secretly felt not being able to do more financially than his wife? Well, you said they were married, right?
Yeah. So I think that now, mind you, there's also an 8-year gap. He's younger. He's 8 years younger than my mom too. So to put that in perspective.
How old were they when they met?
that adds something. Yeah, that adds something.
So my mom probably was 31 or 32 when they met.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that he probably did. He's a black man in America, and so we already know the trials and tribulations that that face them, especially during like the 80s and 90s, where no one was talking about it, and they weren't allowed to express those types of things. It just wasn't. It was foreign, abnormal. So I do think that he did, because there was a lot of dynamic struggles that went on growing up. My mom, she tend to go to the lighter side of things, where my dad was like, don't trust them, like you know what I mean? So there was a lot of struggle. I mean, he would tell us stories, about him being racially profiled, and my mom not believing, like thinking that he did something wrong. You must have been speeding, you must have been doing something. He's like, no, I'm a black guy driving a Porsche, that's why I got pulled over, type of thing. And he was, I would say, one story really sticks with me, that I knew that my father was humiliated, but I didn't know it at the time, like at my age. But they did have a Porsche, and even though they were married, had the same last name, it was registered under my mom's name. His address was the same address as the registration on his license, but that cop made him go to the police station, called his wife in front of him, and said, I'm not going to release it until you get here. And my dad tells the story from his perspective, that he thought that the cop was probably thinking a white woman was about to walk through the door. Mm-hmm. And my mom did. Wow. But just the fact of the matter that he purposely arrested him, took him in, and like made his wife come and get him was, you know what I mean? Like very, very humiliating. Yeah, emasculating.
Whose last name? We know now it's a common thing that men take on the last name of their wives.
No, my mom has his last name.
So I personally believe that a lot of times, and there's no disrespect to your stuff,
yeah,
at all, but I think that sometimes when men are financially underachieving, they utilize the white supremacy as an excuse to not be where they need to be.
Yeah.
Is it a valid excuse? It could be, but I believe that we live in the best country in the world, and I also strongly believe that we have every opportunity in front of us to become successful and great. So could it be that your mom looked at it towards that she didn't think he was maximizing on his capabilities and he was using it as an excuse?
I would say that he was in the type of industries that were not like 9 to 5s, right? So he was a contractor. He was a builder. During the wintertime, there's no work in South Jersey, right? There's snow, the ground is hard. He, worked on developments and he built some of the casinos and things like that. But, when contracts dry up or you're waiting for that next, thing to happen, you're kind of SOL, in that moment. So when he made money, he was making money. But there were definitely times where he had his down times and it was just like, oh, we're just waiting for the season to roll around or waiting for something to come through. He always had a job. Like my dad was not ever like, he was never one of those, like, why are you sitting on the couch and doing nothing all day long type of guy at all. But I think it was more difficult for him to like be the provider 365.
Gotcha. And this is funny because me and Tyree was talking about something earlier. I'm gonna let him get into that. Like, can you be a provider and not be the main girl? But I just have just 2 more questions. So, maybe 3. But are they still married now?
Yeah.
Okay. They're still married now. That's awesome. Yeah. Another question is, what kind of interactions did your mom and your dad have organically? Did she respect him? When I say respect him, I don't mean just love him. I mean, did she respect him because who was the leader? You said your mom was the leader, right? Okay, so you think that
my mom was the leader, but we were afraid of dad. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, it was.
Who had the last word? Who had the last word?
I was about to ask the same question.
Yeah, I would
Then
say 9 times
yeah.
out of 10, my mom had the last word. Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
now older and you started to get into your own adulthood, right? Like teenage years. What type of men do you think? Because I know, but I still want to ask you your upbringing. Do you think that it affected you and the kind of men? Well, do you think it had an impact on kind of dictating the kind of men that you were attracted to?
Yeah, I see a lot of similarities between my mother and I. We are great nurturers. Um, and she's a Libra, I'm an Aquarius, and we are the type of people that like bring home stray animals, right? And like we want to like bathe them, feed them, and like, you know, put cute little bows in their hair.
Sorry, what she said. That has so much meaning. That doesn't
That's funny. That
and
goes
that
right with the analogy.
animals. That that extends to men too.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So, and I will say that my dad was not the best dad in the beginning, right? Like I can say that, and we talk about that as a family. Like we don't have like family seal. Oh, we don't talk about that anymore. You know, he has been he's an alcoholic, but he has been free of it for 36 years now. Um you know, there was drug use and parties that I can remember being little, like, you know, at the house and stuff like that. So, you know, there's some DV in the early years and whatnot. And so I think for me, seeing that type of resilience growing up,
Yeah.
like if you invest in someone, you're going to get something in return. And so seeing that, I think it has led to me kind of picking pet projects and and um and then struggling with my pet projects because I may not have all of the resources or skills or expertise to deal with these things. So yeah.
I can tell you're a woman of confidence. You're very outgoing, outspoken. You're very direct. I noticed that just from texting you. Right, this is the first time I actually see you and have a chance to like talk to you, but I can just kind of like tell what your personality was just by having a little interaction with you. And I'm gonna let Tyree take it away. But this is like an episode in itself, like just
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm letting it go. That's why I'm letting it go. I mean, like you said, I see that you're a dominant woman.
yeah.
Go,
So
go.
and that's it. That's it. The alcohol, the indulgent in alcohol and drug use. Did your mom? Not to be too much, but I'm getting somewhere with this.
Yeah.
I'm asking you not to be just nosy or intrusive. I'm asking for a reason because I already kind of know. And I guarantee you, before you say anything, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to guess and say your mom wasn't.
She wasn't about that life.
So now the reason why I say that is that men, we struggle in fucking excuse my French, we struggle in fucking silence. There was a young lady that I know. She's very successful. And not only is she successful with her day job, she's very ambitious, looking for other opportunities to maximize her potential. And she was dating this guy who was like, well into his 30s, but he was like a struggling trainer. And similar to your dad, the money wasn't consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Chances, but the money wasn't consistent. And in comparison, she had more of a stable situation, but also too, she was doing things that put her into the limelight, that put her into the public eye, and she was like rising up, doing great things. Her body is changing for the better. Her money's, increasing, whatever the case may be. And this gentleman, even though he was trying, he was staying stagnant. And I didn't say anything, but I already know. And there's a study that came out. Men who earn less or men who are going through financial transition, not for the better, tend to be more likely to indulge in domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does something, and I'm not advocating this fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And no man should ever put their hands on a woman unless he's defending himself. Never. Even if she strikes you first, better to walk away. You'll never win. You're stronger.
Exactly. But
we can't negate and just sweep under the rug what happens to men's pride.
Mm-hmm.
There is, but not just her. It's other women that I know where I'm like, yo, sis, don't. It's gonna end bad because The man, because when a man is not financially capable, and not only financially capable, when your girl is fucking superseding you, she tends to be less tolerant of inadequacy, ineptitude. She tends to be more disrespectful with her mouth. You can't even expect the things that she would do for you if you were on her level or above, right? She can't nurture you. She can't really, sing and dance and cook for you with love because she's thinking about, I gotta keep digging in my fucking pocket, right?
Yeah, right.
The woman that's the most quietest, like I'm dating a girl and she's very quiet, like super quiet. She doesn't say anything. I always say it's the quiet ones that have the biggest opinions because he has to hear their fucking opinions. So it's the quiet ones that, even though they're not complaining, they're like in their head, like he's a
it's always turning.
Yeah. So I always tell women to try not to date guys that lack ambition, that is going through a financial hardship. Let him get his shit together first, because the man, if he can't bring that to the table, it's going to affect how he treats you. And if he can't beat you, and most of these guys are non-intellectual, they can't even formulate a sentence. And most men are not articulate enough to actually express themselves. So they have to result, because when you see people quick to put their hands on people, it's because they don't have the words to articulate their feelings. So they're quick to choke a woman, put their hands on a woman, hit a woman, and it's not right. But that's funny that you said that. It was alcoholism. Who's to say he didn't turn to alcohol when he felt inadequate? Who's to say he didn't turn to drugs when he felt inadequate? That the reason why he abused your mom was because your mom made him feel like that while him being like that, and you don't know what your mom was saying to him that triggered him.
I know, because she be saying some wild shit.
My brother, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let my brother Tariq Costa take it over, because he said something too. He said, when a woman, even if a woman stays with you, you're not gonna get her best if you're not performing to your expectation. And is the abuse likely to happen? But go ahead, bro. This is a dope episode in itself.
No, that's why I was letting it run. That's why I was letting it run, man. I interrupted. This is interesting. It has so many questions. But I guess we could go into the topic, because you kind of gave me the springboard to go into the topic. So I wanted to ask you, huh?
You don't want to ask Tiffany anything before?
I had so many questions while she was talking, but y'all had this dynamic, and then like trying to jump in, and it's like it doesn't sound good on the audio, so I just was like, let it go. That's why you see me here just like this. But one question I was gonna ask,
so the question that he asked, I'm gonna ask it, vice versa. But go ahead.
Yeah, and he was asking a lot of things I was gonna ask, but that's another thing. But one thing I would ask was, you were saying you have a lot of different friends. This is going back. I didn't want to go back, but real quick. You had a lot of friends who were getting married, who were younger, different phases of their life, things such as that. What advice do you give them, if at all, about marriage and how they can make their marriage work?
So I would say that I'm like, are you sure you want to do this? I don't have a problem being the voice in the room that makes you think. Right? While everyone else is saying, oh my God, this is so great. It's so wonderful. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, sis, are you ready? Like, this shit can change. It happened in my marriage. We grew apart, and there were a lot of things that happened that I was not expecting in a million years. Like, if somebody had a crystal ball and told me this stuff was happening, I'd have been like, whatever. So I have those like really uncomfortable, hard conversations, but I'm okay with like saying those things. Like, is she really the one? I don't know. Last couple times we went out, she was getting drunk and shit. Like, are you sure that's where, is it a one-off thing, or is this something that happens normally? So I tend to see situations just from a different bird's eye view. Because at the end of the day, it is wonderful and it's beautiful when people come together and decide to devote themselves to each other. But it's a huge responsibility at the same time. And if you are not prepared for the ups and the downs, the storms, health, death, you name it, like you really have to have those conversations with your partner. Like, have you guys talked about how you're going to raise your kids? Like, don't wait to pop one out to be like, well, this is how I discipline. Well, this is how I discipline. Like, have those hard conversations. So I think for me personally, I I'm that person. I'm like the killjoy person in the
No,
room.
but I mean, like, what specifically? Like, cause, like, all right, let's say if I go to an older man about something, older men always give advice from like this perspective of like, I messed up here, but you don't have to mess up here. So, what is the thing that you tell women where it's like, I messed up here in my marriage? Don't do this like this. Maybe you'll be better than me.
The main thing that I learned from my marriage, that I could pass on, is speak up sooner. I tend to, because I'm a control freak, I tend to do everything myself and not ask for help. And I make it look good. I'm juggling a million plates and they're all spinning and there's stuff on top of them. And I think what happened was I got to a point in my marriage where I needed help. Or I needed more attention, right? Like, I'm raising the kids, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and yet I make it look easy, but it doesn't mean that it is easy, and it doesn't mean that I don't need a break. And it probably wasn't until, I don't know, like year 10 that I started saying like, hey, can you help me bring the groceries in? And like his response was like, well, I'm watching football right now. And I'm like, yeah, but you could hit pause, right? And like, just come and help me. And I started to become really resentful. But after some counseling and really like deep diving into who I was, I have to take accountability for that, right? Because I had set myself up as the superhuman for years in my marriage. And so my partner expected me to be superhuman for the rest of my life and not ask for help and not struggle with things. And so his responses were based on like, oh, well, you got that. Like, you're good. Like, I know you're good. Like, because you've been good. And I think like that started like the last 5 years of my marriage. That's kind of what started the downfall. So speak up. Like, you don't have to hold it all together by yourself. And like, hold people accountable, like hold your partner accountable for, contributing to your lives as a whole, the household and each other. And I don't think I did that in my marriage.
Do you think
I want to say, go. You could go. I could go. I argue. For you have to ask him basic things like that. I would want to know what kind of man was he, and was he always that way?
But also too, Tiffany, I want to say the woman that you are attracted a man like that.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Do you make?
I don't look at a person. A person has to also be accountable for who they accept in their life, right?
Yeah.
You're an attractive woman and you're attractive at 45. I could only imagine what you look like in your fucking teens and 20s. So I don't think you had a problem getting a man.
No.
But I think you were a victim of having a leader as a mom. In the sense that, is it a bad thing, a good thing? Who knows? But here's what I always say. A woman's independence is always going to get her in trouble at the back end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. Right? Like I always say this shit. Like, the back end is always going to kick you in your ass because men, we have shoulders built to carry a fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
Get burnt out quicker. And that is a fact.
Yeah.
And you seeing your mom, she molded you. Your father didn't mold you like you think he did. Even though you say he was there, he was a strong dad, but the one who's the shot caller calls the shots.
Mm-hmm.
And you having a front row seat. And I think too, being a woman, it gave you some sense of pride. Like, fuck, my mom put him in his place. I'm never gonna accept shit from a man. So what happened is your mom didn't raise you in a way to be the kind of woman that would attract the kind of man that you were so desperately seeking.
And I will say this, that I got married at 24. When you're in your early 20s, you don't know who you are, right? Like, my daughter's 22 right now, and I would never recommend her get married at all. Like,
think about this, Tiffany. We're gonna debate. Wait, we're gonna debate because I was just talking to somebody, and here's my opinion on it. As a woman, we as men want to come in when you don't know who you are, so that we can kind of coach you to be the kind of woman that we need in our life. That's one. My daughter is 5 years old. I was married, right? Me and my ex-wife, we were together for 7 years, got married for a little over a year, divorced. I have a 5-year-old daughter, right? We co-parent. Great woman, have nothing negative to say about her. I think she's a great mom, right? We just didn't work out. We didn't work out.
Mhm.
Great mom. I would much rather my daughter live with me. The man that she married is collectively consulted upon, so that we can pick the man for her. Because women don't know a good fucking man from a bad man when they're
Or a
young.
bad man. Yeah. No.
You guys date for biology, like Aunt Tari always says, right? But as a
Yeah.
man, who's men better than a man, right?
Yeah.
There has to be some type of contract between the father and the potential new husband, saying,
Yeah.
stay home with me. You're not taking on my daughter unless you could fully protect and provide and give her provision, right? I would much rather my daughter get married at 19, have kids young, than her to be out there dating around different guys, getting sexual experience from different guys. I don't
Mhm.
want my daughter dating different guys, going through different guys.
That's a great perspective.
Listen, her, gaining new trauma, new experiences. She's not going to probably marry the guy that she dates first. Why waste fucking time? What's the end goal for females? I'm sorry, for women. The end goal should be marriage, right?
Yeah.
Right. So why waste time and date around and go through bumps? I'm her father. I'm there to make sure she doesn't go through all that bullshit.
Right. So you want to essentially
early. And if she wants to, and if my daughter wants to go back and get a career, she'll be like you in her 40s, she can get back. Right?
Yeah. My dad did, it's funny because I was dating, I was older, mind you, it was the 90s, so it was, it was okay back then. But he was only 4 years older than me. He was a cop. And he asked me to marry him after graduation of high school. And my dad just says, you don't want to be a cop's wife. And he was around for 3 years, like prior to that. So he was, he knew my parents. We met at church, but my dad just sat me down and he was like, you don't want that. I don't want that for you. And I was like, okay, all right. And I ended up giving the ring back, type of thing. I remember him asking me about my husband. Is he ready? Do you think he's capable of marrying, like being with someone like me? And what he meant was, because I'm ornery, I'm independent, I'm smart, I'm ambitious, I'm pretty, like all of the things. He was like, because you have to be a certain type of guy to be with a certain type of woman like you. And I know that he was referencing my mom, right? Like, my dad follows her everywhere. You know what I mean? Respects her. She's out in the community. She does her thing. And like, my dad is like her bodyguard. You know what I mean? He supports her and stands behind her. It's a beautiful thing. I love their whole thing. It's amazing to see all of the years, the 44 years of them together. But he did pose those questions. What he also understood was, you gonna do whatever the fuck you want to do anyway, Tiffany, because that's just the type of person you are. So, I can give you my blessing or not give you my blessing, but I'm also going to tell you, like, I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with you. And he did say that.
Yeah. But Tiffany, that's different than him actually bringing a man that he thinks is good for you, right? You said that you brought the man to your father. What I'm saying is, the family should present the man to the daughter.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like we already did the vetting. We already did it. And this is why fathers should have relationships with their daughters that's built on trust and respect, so that you're not going to even question your father's choice for you, right? And then you got to tell the guy, if you can't do all those things for my daughter, she can stay home with me. I don't give a fuck if my daughter's 40. She'll live with me. I don't want my daughter out there, like I said, dating different guys, running up her body count. Because the more men or women sleeps with, the less likely she'll be able to be sustained, happy in the marriage.
Absolutely.
Virgins tend to stay married longer than any other demographic.
My ex-husband, we grew up together, 2 houses down from each other, very similar upbringings and families. His parents were married before he was born. They're still married now. I think that a big thing was like we just thought like it was going to work, right? Like we did not think about us growing apart because no one thinks about that. But that's
Well, what's
essentially
going apart? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
like,
Tiffany.
yeah. Nah, because like we know, like I speak women, like we speak womenese. So when a woman
yeah.
says,
Go ahead.
like when a woman says grow apart, that's ambiguous. They don't really tell you what really happened. When a person says growing apart, it's either one party kind of pushes for the divorce or breakup more so than the other. Who was the one that pushed for the divorce?
Oh, I did. I filed. I paid for it. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Why, Tiffany?
He
Give us the real deal, Holyfield.
Okay, so everything was great. First 10 years, chef's kiss, right? Great father, super involved, helps homework. You know, he was the math and science guy. I was the English spelling mom, you know, like we were a team. Everything was like great. And we had moved to Tampa for a few years. We came back, ended up moving in with his parents temporarily until we, you know, found a place. And he started, it was like I didn't know who he was. It was like he went back to being 17 years old, right?
What do you
And
mean? Like, what do you mean?
the worst decision ever. Like I really feel like that was the time where like my marriage went on quicksand. We obviously we continued our marriage together, but I think he had a lot of self-hate. He he when he was in college, he tore his ACLs in basketball, couldn't play basketball anymore. You know, he had opened a franchise that failed. He never went back to school, but throughout me being who I was always excelling. Even when I was a stay-at-home mom, I took classes to get my degree, even if it was like one or two every semester. Like I was always growing and moving and, you know, like being, I don't know, seen and heard in the community and whatnot. And he was like, I'm just gonna, like, I'll cook and I'll help with homework, but I'm not going with you. But so just years of that, years of him reverting back to 17, 18 years old, the lack of having a partner, because our kids are getting older now, right? So now that means there's more time for him and I, and less focus. You know, every year goes by, it's kind of less focus on the kids. And like I don't think he knew who he was outside of being dad. Like we didn't get vacation together. It was always with the kids. And so when I started, you know, becoming more of Tiffany and less of mom, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like just transitioning out of that. I don't know if I was received well. There were some other instances where, go ahead, plug the blue thing. Sorry. There were some other instances where like I had really important things that happened in my life and he was not there. He did not show up. And so he buys me a ticket to go skydiving. He buys me a gift certificate because that was something I always wanted to do. His family, like his mom and brothers were there. My parents and sister and brother were there. The kids were there. I get up on the plane. I come down. I'm looking for my husband. My dad's like, oh, he left. And I'm like, oh, okay. He did the same thing when I graduated with my associate's degree. Obviously, I have to get there extra early. I knew my family was going to be there. And the one person that I was looking for when I was done and off the stage, I'm looking for my husband. I hear my dad whistle. Find my dad in the crowd. Where's my husband? Oh, he dropped the kids off and left. So I was shocked. Like, this isn't a normal story, right? Usually people will say, oh no, as soon as I got married or a year after I got married, I started seeing changes. And you know what I mean? But we were going strong for 10 years. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. We were sitting on the rocking chairs, drinking iced tea in my brain, you know, with the grandbabies running around. I think just something snapped and then he became very insecure. Now, every time I went out, even if I went out with my mom and my aunties, he'd be like, who was you with? What was you doing? And I'm like, I literally have holy underwear on. I'm not with anybody. What are you talking about?
Okay, I think I got an idea. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, that is normal to me, considering the circumstance. It's very normal. And I always say this. A man will feel insecure when you're superseding him. Like it doesn't. Relationships don't work well when a woman has more, like when she gets more notoriety to you, not just from in the house but outside when other people are validating you, right? When a woman has more financial capabilities, when she's superseding you, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
And
it's not gonna work.
yeah, it's not going to work. And then also too, him not showing up. That's his heart. That's his pride being fucked.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he was
Like you
jealous.
said.
Yeah, he was jealous and he hated you.
Yeah.
Once you take a man's ability to be the leader and be the man, like that shit is not, Tiffany, is not going to work. And this is why I always say, like, you might do it for a short period of time, but a woman can't love you if she doesn't respect you first. So,
and I started losing respect for him, that last 5 years. I really did, because I was taught if you're not growing and like if you're not learning, you're not growing, like you're dead, right? So
ambitious, Tiffany. You're not the average woman as far as your ambition level. Like,
Yeah.
you probably have more fucking testosterone than the men you date. Facts. And you know what's so crazy? Like, and I promise you, this is like so interesting. I'm eating this up just having you, because you're fucking honest. I have a lot of respect for you. Like this is one of the very few times where I talk to women and they're fucking honest, whether the honesty is in their favor or not. Like, so I have so much admiration for you. I wanted to say this to you. What was I gonna say? You made me lose my thought. You know what's funny? And I hate that I know this, but whenever I'm talking to a woman, and even if I'm not like dating her or whatever, or I'm sorry, if I'm doing something with a woman when it comes to business, right? Say like if we're doing something together, we're working on a project together. Women who out earn their husbands never need to check in with their husbands. I've noticed that shit. I've noticed that. Like if I say, come do a podcast with me at 9 o'clock at night, and I'm a man, and I feel like, because I'm like, I always put myself in a position to, I'm like, damn, I'm very respectful to other men.
I was gonna say that's disrespectful at the end of the day. I don't care how much money you make or don't make. That's disrespectful.
No. You're right. But here's what I'm saying to you. So here's the psychology of it.
Okay.
Why? When you ask a person a direct question, we're not trained, and that's why I respect you so much, because, and I'm gonna teach you something. Human beings are not trained to answer truthfully. We're trained to be the best representation of ourselves. We're trained to be politically correct. So if I ask a woman, if you out earn your husband, would you leave him? What will she say? No. But here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about what people say. Me studying anthropology, sociology, studying psychology, I'm deeper as far as I don't give a fuck what you say. I ask you just to see if you're going to be honest, but I can tell based upon your habits and your behaviors what your truth is. Again, so now if I'm with a woman and I'm like, listen, the podcast is going to start at 9 o'clock at this location. Women who are with men that they love, admire, respect, and look up to, who's taking care of everything, they gotta fucking check in. You know what they say to me? Let me ask my husband first.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Women who operate like they're single while having a husband or boyfriend,
yes,
I automatically know he's either an old man that's a sugar daddy that doesn't really flex his boundaries, or he's being out fucking earned. That right there tells me, right? A woman saying, don't worry about it, he's all right. Let's go grab drinks. Oh, don't you have a husband? That's okay, he's cool. Something is there.
Yeah, something's missing. Something's
Yeah.
Agreed. I will say that I find that extremely disrespectful, and my eyebrows would raise at the chick who would do that. Like, what do you like? I don't know. Again, my dad made sure, and I do this to this day. Like, I'll be like, Mom, Dad, group chat, at the airport, plane about to take off, I'm landing. Like, that was something that my dad said, I don't care where you are. This has nothing to do, when 16, 17, 18, you know, we're staying out late. This has nothing to do with like where you like what you're actually doing. I need to know that God forbid something happens to you, I can tell the cops that you were at such and such a house, or you were supposed to be here, and that's the last place that you were seen. And people need to know who you're with or what you're doing. In a nutshell, that's just a respect thing that I grew up with.
But what I'm saying though, Tiffany, is that women who are not fulfilled, even though they don't speak it and say they're not, because they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, my husband's a bum. But what they will do is they'll be in a relationship and get that security, but still getting benefit from appearing single.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and that's so disrespectful. At the end of the day, just
like,
leave.
you know,
like, why are you? Yeah,
no,
like
but,
there's no point.
No, but they teeter the line. Like
They
women
do.
who are fulfilled, they want the security, but when they don't respect their husband, they teeter that. Oh shit! Like, let me hang out with my girlfriends. Let me go get drinks. Let me do this. He can't say nothing to me. And that's what me and Tyree was talking about earlier about how women behaves when she's with a man she loves and respects in comparison to a man that she just tolerated. So
I see that in my girls group when we're one of us or multiple. There's multiple of us that are going through it with our spouses or our partners at the time. We like, yeah, we outside. Who's coming to the bar, right? Fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? And it's not an everyday thing, but I do understand what you're saying, that there are some women that like that's how they act on a daily basis. And it's like, yeah, you don't like him, sis. Yeah. Like, at all.
It's a reflection of her man. If I meet a woman, I don't have to meet her man. I kind of already know what kind of man a man is.
What kind of man? Yeah.
I don't have to like even find out directly like kind of man he is. I can just tell. But Ty, let's get to this topic. Or you wanna? I know Ty's like.
No, man. I mean, it's good because everything is good. And the thing is the beauty about it is that me and this. I don't want to say nigga, but me and this guy talk so much that everything he's saying, I ain't even got to do good cop, bad cop. He's saying on my questions. That's what I'm like, all right, yeah, I was going to ask that. I was going to ask that too. And then like, you know, it's so
yo, he's fucking gem, Tiffany. You are a fucking gem. You know, it's funny. Yeah, Tiffany too. But yo, you are a gem because you're fucking honest. Oh my god.
Yeah, and we need that because you know what? We need that because these type of conversations and discussions with women like you will allow us to be more transparent. I think the problem with the men and women is that we don't really understand each other. I really don't think that we understand each other. I think we don't understand each other on a biological level, how we work, certain things that we're wired for, like, you know, so, and we demonize those things because we have to deal with the negative repercussions of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, men deal with the negative repercussions of hypergamy. If you know what that, if you've heard of that, we deal with you might deal with the negative repercussions of a man's libido. You know, you know what I'm saying? And you might not understand that's biological wiring. That as much as we love you, that's also a part of us. So I think little things like that is if we have people like you who can speak for the other side candidly and honestly, we can have on camera like things that people can watch and learn from. This is what I want to be, you know, so that's why I like having people like you here, because having a disingenuous conversation with someone who's denying certain things, it just gets annoying. You know what I mean? So let's start. The topic for today was do you believe that a woman can stay with a man she doesn't need?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
What does that look like?
Wait a minute. Need in what way? Because a need looks different to everybody, right? So let's just get that out there. Do I need you financially? Do I need you emotionally? Do I need you spiritually? Those are, you know,
different things.
Those are all different things. So let's go with societal standard of need. I need you financially. I need to be with someone to say that I have a partner, that I'm not single out here willy-nilly. No, I don't need you to stay with you. A perfect example is who I'm with now. My partner of 5 years, he's a tattoo artist. He owns his own tattoo shop.
Tattoo, I see that.
Yes, all over. He's got his own thing going on, right? I have my own thing going on. I am financially set. I can take care of myself. I own my own home. I got one kid in college and another one going to be going to college in a year. I'm in a really great place financially and just as a person in my life. Very confident, I can go out there, speak to people, do my thing, and do it unapologetically. I don't need people to open doors for me, and I don't mean literally being, um, nice, like open the door, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I can go step into a room and hold my own at any
right,
given time. I know for me where I am in my life is I just because I don't need you does not mean that I don't want you. And I think that a lot of people get needs and wants messed up, right? Like you don't need a new car, you want a new car, right? You need to pay your light bill. Those are the difference. I want a partner to share my life with, to come home
right.
to. Um, I don't need his money or his clout or anything like that to make me whole. I am whole as it is. Um, and I think that a lot of people get that twisted too, that they think that like half of you was supposed to find the other half of somebody and make a whole. I
Mhm.
think that we should be whole and find each other. And now, the relationship doesn't have all of these like expectations or these what ifs hanging over it. Well, I don't know how much you make, and I don't know if you're comfortable going to these places. And it just is like, no, we're both confident, comfortable, well established people that are great individually and amazing together. And so I am with someone that I don't need. But again, I've been with him for 5 years and we're good.
Can I ask you a question? What do
Yeah.
men want in relationships? Whether they tell you this or not, because some men don't even think that they even have the some men, I'm gonna tell you, it's like everyone wants a raise, but you're not worth the raise. So I don't think some men, because of their position, will never fully, truly be honest with you. Let me ask you a question. And I'm gonna break this down because I think you answered it as truthful as you could based on your circumstance. What do men want? And also too, so two-part question. What do men want? And is he getting the full feminine version of you, considering the
I was
dynamic?
gonna ask the same question. God damn it, you don't even need me. They said you did all the. That's what I was gonna ask. And also, if you're, let her do that first. Let her do that first.
Wait, this is my bro. He really gave me a different perspective on how to talk. Because I'm more so like, I'm doing a better job now.
Right.
I have to watch because we both have our styles. Like I'm more aggressive, direct. He's more so like more, he tends to ease it in there a little bit to make
Right.
I'm like a therapist. I kind of ask the
Yeah,
questions. I get
yeah.
yeah. It let you get to show you a reflection, asking thought provoking questions. We're different, but he's doing good today.
I'll say this again because men lie, and if you don't answer it the way I'm thinking, I'll give you the answers. But first question: what do if they could live in an ideal world? What do most men want? Not what they have said to you, but what do you think they want? And this is all. And if you don't answer it right, it's going to prove my point that I have that men are more empathetic than women are. So, what do men want? And is he getting the most feminine, nurturing, giving version of yourself?
To be honest with you, I have been, all right, I'm not with a lot of men, but like, I've been with men.
Uh-huh. Listen, you're 44. You're a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put out what I think men want.
Okay.
But honestly, I'm like, I'm 44 and I still don't know. Because y'all don't communicate right. But some of y'all don't. Some. Yeah. Disclaimer. I think men are looking for nurturers, like motherly figures in their life.
What does nurturing mean to you though? Because like people have different. What does nurturing mean to you?
Nurturing for me means like that whole like woo woo woo, like, oh, you've had a bad day, oh woo, let me rub your feet. I mean, it also means pouring into someone. So, all right, there's two sides of it. I'm a pourer, like I will pour into you. I do. It's funny that you said that you feel a lot of testosterone coming off of me. And
wait. I don't mean that in a negative way.
No. I agree with you because you're not the first person that said that either.
Yeah. You have more. I'm just using that as.
Yeah. I say because the way I nurture probably looks different than what the Webster Dictionary's definition of nurturing is.
By like verbally, get your shit together. Come on, babe. You need to do more.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I believe. Yeah.
But the next sentence is, what do we need to do? What do we need to do?
The reason why you don't, and you said this, I didn't say this.
Yes.
And it's not hard for me to believe that you don't know what men want because you became the man that you actually wanted. You became the man that you wanted in a relationship. So there's no room for another man to be the man that you want because you became that man. So now, just based upon who you are, you've been attracting, and I don't know homie now, I'm just saying in your past, out of respect, I'm not going to talk, but you've been attracting more laid back, liberal minded, feminine men because of who you are. Opposites attract. I always say this, the more masculine the man, the more feminine he wants his woman.
Yeah.
The more feminine the woman, the more masculine she wants her man. So you answered what your definition of nurturing was, and you say you really don't know what men want. I don't hold you, and I'm not gonna like, look into it too much because, like I said, based on who you are, I kind of know you don't know what men want. Men want a woman that is friendly, feminine, fit, coachable, right?
Yeah.
Soft-spoken.
Okay.
Agreeable. And willing to listen to the direction in which the man wants to take the relationship and family. Okay.
All right.
So it's impossible for you to give a man the most feminine, like Tyree this is his shit. Tyree says, are you fully unlocking your woman? It's like playing a video game that it's like going to an arcade back in the day where you don't pay and you can't fully unlock the characters.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting the surface level of you. He's not even getting the best version of you. Because there's so many layers inside of you that you don't even know that's there, Tiffany. Because you be a man your whole fucking life. And you were raised in a family where your mom was the man.
Yeah.
So since 1 year old, where your stepdad took over, all you seen was masculinity. You already said that your mom was dictating where to go. He was following your mom around. I would argue men have to build a house. Women want to be a part of that house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Women want to turn their brain off and live in la la land. Women want to be with a man that sucks her into his life. Like when my daughter gets married, she's going to be married into his family. It's not the other way around.
Right.
So not only did you earn more money, you're more ambitious, but how outspoken, and this is not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
I can tell if a woman has spent most of her time with a masculine man who's a leader that she respects, and when she was spending most of her time with a man that she was the thought leader, she was the one that came up with the plans and ideas, she planned shit. When I'm around a woman and she's married or has a boyfriend and I happen to be around her, if she's quiet and talks less, that means she's not used to being the one to have to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm around a woman and she's outspoken and she just talking, which is a great thing if you want to be a CEO.
Right.
The traits that it takes to be a CEO and to be an administration and bosses and presidents are not the same qualities that you need to be a wife.
Yeah.
Being,
Agreed. You got to be able to take that hat off when you get in the car.
it's hard,
Transition.
it's very hard.
I argue it's very difficult. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
No, it is.
So the traits that make you a CEO, which is good for your human value, that's great. Those are the same traits that's gonna fuck your husband's pride up, and it's gonna cause a relationship to be destroyed. Because here's the thing: when a woman has more status and she's gaining more status, you know what she does? When a woman gains more, she thinks, "Let me replace him." When a man gains status and he becomes successful, we say, "Let me take her with us." When a man starts to go up,
Oh no, I think I disagree with you.
you disagree with that?
I do.
Why do you disagree with that?
I'm gonna say, just from my experience, right? What I've seen, let's say on TV and in life, because my dad was married before he met my mom. I have two stepbrothers. Okay, so I have seen the come up. I've seen men come up in life, right? They see something better, bigger, shinier, prettier, whatever it is. You talk about like maybe some of our Black athletes. It's not as prominent as it was, let's say 10, 15, 20 years ago. But as soon as our brothers started making money, they forgot about their sisters and they decided to upgrade and trade us in for Becky Point 2.0. And that is something that, you unfortunately, you see that happening right before your eyes all the time. And I think, especially, I can only speak for Black women. I think Black women are ride or dies for the most part, right? For the most part, if we choose you and we're investing and we're pouring into you and we're holding it down and we're helping you with the bills and we're doing the brunt work of raising the kids and taking care of the household, we're not going anywhere. Like, we've already said, like, you're the one. So in our brains, you're coming with me. If I go up, I'm going with you. If you go up, we're gonna be together. We go up together,
Still be the same, right? Because, like, here's the thing: we look at the breakup, but we don't look at what causes the breakup, right? So men, and Tyree, we were talking about this earlier too. Once we start getting more money and more status, our opportunities to sleep with different women will increase. We're not going to leave you because, and there's another study, when women cheat, they cheat to replace. When men cheat, they cheat just because we want sex. It's not that complicated.
Agreed with that statement.
So a lot of times women conflate he's fucking another girl with he doesn't want me anymore. No, we still want you, but we just want to fuck these hoes too. That's one.
Yeah.
That's one. And I'm just speaking frankly about how men think, right? That's one.
Yeah.
Number two is, so we're not leaving our sisters, but when you say women don't leave, now this data includes white, Black, women overall. They don't, and I think Black women have their own data, but women initiate 78% of divorces. Men, we're not leaving. We don't leave. Now, this is statistics. That's nothing to that me and Tyree bring to the table. We're statistics focused.
Yeah.
Because I can have an opinion, you can have an opinion. Let's bring the nuclear bomb, the equalizer. This is what the stats are. Because my anecdotal experience doesn't mean anything. That's just my personal experience. Your personal experience, even though it's valid, but gay women have the highest divorce rates in comparison to gay men. Right? So it's the highest divorce rate. The highest divorce rate is gay women. Then it's heterosexual couples where women initiate. Then last is gay men. Gay men tend to stay together longer than gay women. So women are the ones that's leaving.
I know why. That statistic does not surprise me.
Yes. Yes.
Women are tired, and men.
But wait, I just say gay women.
Now we're getting to the point, though. Go ahead. This is perfect. Go.
Men are cowards because if your husband.
Explain gay women then. Gay women have higher divorce rates than wait. Gay women have higher divorce rates than heterosexual couples.
Two women. Okay, so listen, I am not an easy person to live with. Okay, like, have y'all lived with women? We're not easy. You put two of us together in like a cage and expect us to not crawl at each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I can't speak upon that specifically. You know what I mean? Because I don't have any experience, so I don't want to like.
No, but Tiffany, I'm just saying when you can't blame men anymore because men are not a part of the equation, just women.
Yeah.
Who's the problem? It's not men.
No.
Jumped a little bit. I want you to like when
Okay.
when it's a man and a woman, women tend to say, because I've never heard women say I fucked up.
I fucked up. Yeah.
I've never every girl that I've dated, I've always heard he's crazy, he's fucking controlling, he's a narcissist. I've never heard a woman say, yo, I fucked up, I could have did better. But what I'm saying is, even when you can't blame men, when it's just two women, women have the highest divorce rates, right?
That's crazy, yeah. In general, overall.
DV.
Right.
Gay women have the highest DV levels. And then when you talk about heterosexual DV, guess who's the aggressor and perpetrator of DV on high at a high average? Women. Now, women tend to get more be physically harmed more obviously because men are stronger and bigger.
Right.
So if you smack me and I smack you, I'm gonna do more damage than my man.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that women, when it's DV going from one party to the other exclusively, is women initiating the DV, and then also men underreport. Underreport.
Yeah. Agreed.
So men and women typically overreport or report at a consistent level, but men we underreport. So that's
I would say I know a lot of DV against women, and I'm gonna say that they probably underreport too.
Okay. But even if both underreported, women still
They're still higher. Okay.
Yeah. Right? So I disagree with you when you said about with the whole breakup thing and the black men with the marriage and because like we were just saying, so black men will sleep with black men in general will sleep with women, but so we'll keep our wife if a woman can handle that. So that's why I brought up the divorce statistic. Men, we're not leaving relationships. Women are leaving relationships on like it's not 50, but it's 78, 80. That shit is like overwhelming.
I believe it.
Okay, so
that's probably why I don't want to get married again, but that probably has something to do with it. But I think that a lot of men don't want to pull the trigger. I think that they fantasize about being divorced. Like, I can't stand this bitch. You know what I mean? But I don't think they have it in them to pull the trigger. Whereas a woman is like, you know what? Bang, bang.
No, you're spitting facts. But goes back into, I think this is why you're originally here. Men stay past not being happy.
Yeah.
There are men, for us, happiness is almost trivial. That's why you see like men. Well, yeah, I believe yes, men probably do fantasize because there's plenty of situations I've been in where I wasn't even married, but I'm like, this girl's getting on my nerves. But is this worth leaving for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this girl's getting on my nerves right now. But is this something that I can work out with this person? Is this like, because everybody gonna come with some shit. So I'm gonna reshuffle the deck and might get something else I don't like. Is this woman something that I can keep working with? Is this something that's worth as long? Because men, we don't leave unless you give your body away. Mm-hmm. That's one of the main things. And there's a lot of there's women that have keyed men cars, done this and that, and the man say, "I still love my woman." Because the thing is that unless that loyalty part is broken, that's the only thing that will really make us look at you any kind of different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have a difference of like what we endure. Like there are a lot of men who suffer in silence in relationships who are unhappy, unfulfilled, sexless. She doesn't respect him. She doesn't even talk to him nice anymore because she doesn't respect him. It's just that you're more willing to pull the trigger. Now, for better or for worse, is that a better thing? Just because, because is it better? Like, yes, you're making yourself happy. You're not happy in a situation. You're leaving. But
what about the topic about there's a woman that she needs you? Damn, we gotta stick to that topic.
Yeah, I mean, because she answered there because she's good. We gotta have you back. I like you. Like he made it.
You're gonna be.
He made it seem like.
Tiff, your family like now.
He was telling me.
Oh yay!
He made it seem like we was gonna be like, because yes, I agree. Like when you talk about some of the things you were talking about with this man that you were dealing with, your husband, and you left, and he was leaving you on your day on stage and things like that. I don't think, and certain things that he wasn't doing, I don't think that's right. And then I think in those situations, I can understand why you feel the way you feel. Mm-hmm. we can always talk about he wasn't feeling like his biological role. He wasn't fulfilling his biological role. Men, we need to be needed. And this is a thing that you and your independence, this is where you screw yourself over too, because you don't know that your power comes from you showing us that you need us. Because a man will move mountains when a woman can show, oh, babe,
the
my hands are broke.
damsel in distress.
Yeah, and that whole baby, you play dumb. Sometimes let him be a superhero. You know what I'm saying? This is so simple. It's almost like it's childish, and it could be considered childish or whatever. It's simple, but it's how we are wired. If a woman makes me feel like
crazy is how we are being raised, right? I can't speak to how you as men were raised by your fathers or mothers, right? But I know, like, my mom was a model, right? So she was very feminine.
And she was, oh man. So you know she had other guys hollering at her. Oh, so bad for your dad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. She was Apollonia. She was the original Apollonia. So yeah. So she was very feminine. I was a tomboy growing up, and I think that my dad took me under his wing because, like, my mom was kind of mean to me because, like, she didn't understand me, right? Like, why do you want to wear baggy clothes, and how come you don't want to wear dresses and put makeup on and stuff? And so he taught me how to change a tire, how to jump my car, how to use power tools, like, you know, like all of the things. You know, he drove a big rig, and I would go on trips with him and like detail the truck and things like that. And I played basketball. And so I think that my dad thought that he was doing a service to me. Now, granted, I still had to like iron his clothes, like, you know what I mean? Like the things that my mom wouldn't do, he made sure like my sister and I would do, right? But
wait, mom do it.
No,
yeah, I mean that speaks to that.
But I say that, you know, I understand when they say what a man is looking for and what they need and how a woman should present themselves, right? It makes sense to me. But it's like, but that's not how I was raised. I was raised to be like, no, I have this. Oh, I'm on the side of the road with a flat tire. Do you need help? No, I got it, because I do, right? Like, and I think that my ex-husband got, like, because he knew me as a friend first, he thought it was maybe disrespectful. Like, no, she really does have it. Like, I'm not questioning her ability to change the car light bulb. I know she can change the headlight, right? What he failed to do was to think, but this is my woman, and she should not have to take the cars to go get the oil change. Or if I call, literally the true story, hey, I have a flat tire, I'm around the corner from the house. Oh, all right, you good? You got it? Yeah. No, I'm just calling to let you know that I'm going to be late because I got a flat tire.
And he didn't run around the corner and come get you.
Yeah, you were saying about the grocery bags, like he's watching TV and you're
right. So that's what I'm saying, where in my relationship now, I feel way more feminine. Like, he reminds me maybe a few times a week, like, that I'm a woman, right? Like, before I would clean my own gutters and like cut my grass, because like somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to take the trash out, right? And like, he'll be like, if you get up on that ladder, I swear to God, like, you know what I mean? Like, do not do that. Don't, you know. And so it's very hard because I'm in my 40s now, right? So I've been raised and trained and operating in like this masculine way for so long that it is a struggle. Even 5 years in, it's a struggle, because I feel like I always have to prove myself. Like, women feel, because they have to prove themselves at work every day, right? That we're smarter, we're better, we're, you know, we've got it together. And then we also feel like we have to do that at home. And
it burns you out, right?
It does. You burn it too. It is a burnout. I appreciate it. Like, I never knew that that's what I needed, right? And that's why I said, like, getting married so young, I didn't know what I wanted, right? Like, I didn't know myself to know, like, Tiffany now knows that she wants to be treated like a queen. Like, please princess me as much as you want now. I appreciate it so much more. Instead of me saying, I got this. Like when I was younger, it was more so a disrespect.
Yeah.
Like, what, you don't think I can do it? You know what I mean? So
Right.
now it's a challenge. Like I took things as challenges 20
Right.
years ago.
Good question. Your ex-husband,
Yeah.
was he a good-looking guy? Was he in shape? Was he fit?
He was a good looking guy, 6'6", big guy. He always got mistaken for an athlete.
Was he in shape?
At certain points in times he was. Yeah.
I'll just say the only chance my man had to keep you like held down and you're feminine, if he wasn't making money, he would have had to be in shape, spoke with a firm tone, not out of being mean, but just being like more direct and saying, babe, you come home and everything is fixed and shit like that. All the handiwork is done, picking up bags and all that shit. And probably in the bedroom, he would have had to probably dominate you in the bedroom in the way that you would want to be dominated. That's the only thing.
He was doing a good job, but see, the dick, it kind of wears off after so long, right? Like that can only save you, but to so much, right?
Yeah,
and then I'm looking at myself like, I ain't staying with this nigga because the dick is good. Little, am I 18? Like he's got good dick, so you know what I mean?
I say that all the time.
I'm just saying, like, if you're making enough bread, you have to figure out what can I do to keep my woman fulfilled, other than being, you know what I'm saying? Like the bread.
He lost his mind. It was a lot of different dynamics going on. Like his best friend was going through a horrible marriage and had like a hell of a wife. Like his wife. That's a whole nother topic. But he was bringing my husband down. Like misery loves company. Like it got to the point where like he used to come over almost every day, but like he would, let's say if my husband came home at 5, he would show up at 6. It got to the point where he was literally waiting for him in the driveway before my husband even came home. And like my husband wasn't setting boundaries and it was just weird. I'm like, are y'all? I don't know, but this is just weird. And it's not like, and it wasn't just like one time. It was like progressing and getting really bad. And I don't know. It was just like, this is not what I signed up for at the end of the day. Like you are not what I signed up for.
I'm sorry to say this, but it was what you signed up for, being the woman that you are. The strong, like dominant.
Yeah.
Like you said, Tiffany, who you are as a person dictates what you attract more so than what you say you want.
Right. Yeah. I feel like his insecurities. I can see
every man's gonna feel insecure. They're gonna lose their fucking. Why is it that men who earn less and their girls that supersede them tend to lose their fucking mind? That's like the common thing now.
It's like, weird. Like, just be happy. Like, come along for the ride. Like,
well, hold on, because this is biology talking again.
True.
A man's biological role is to provide. For you. The moment he feels that he can't do that, now his job is in question. That's like, now I am the thing that I am here for, I can't do. Now I know that possibly my job is not only in question, but probably up for grabs. Because if I'm not doing it, who is going to, you're not going to, because we want to do those things for you. I don't believe there's a man who loves a woman that doesn't want to give her because we feel good. Men feel good being able to do things for you, make your load easier. Like when we love you, like we love to do that. Maybe you want that, get two of them if I can afford it. You know what I'm saying? That's how men are. If a man is disassociating like that, he feels like he has no place to do anything. Like he might feel like
the healthy ego and the unhealthy ego comes into play. You know, we all have that chip on our shoulder. Right. Women have it just in a different way. Right. Oh, your coworker's prettier than I am or skinnier than me or whatever. And now I'm feeling insecure. Or, it's good to be insecure about stuff. It keeps you on your toes. But then when that insecurity starts to become toxic
but
Tiffany,
go.
Here's a controversial take. I'm gonna say this. For a relationship to last, not saying it's right or wrong, but for a relationship to last and be healthy, the woman should be insecure and the man should have confidence. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let me ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
I gotta walk you through the logic, because sometimes when you ask somebody at face value, they're not used to hearing it this way, so they're gonna say no because they're not used to it. Doesn't mean it's not true.
Okay.
Who gets bored quicker in relationships, men and women?
bored quicker? Men.
Really?
What makes you say that?
Who needs more emotional stimuli to be engaged, men or women, for the relationship to work?
Men.
You think men need more emotional diversity for the relationship to work? You think so? Who initiates divorces at a higher rate, men or women?
Women.
Okay. And you think men get bored quicker than women for a relationship to work?
I think they get bored quicker based on their rate of infidelity, right? Wouldn't one have
Well, no, but remember I told you, men, we don't cheat because we're bored. We cheat because we just want to fuck variety. Always. Our women, listen, here's the thing. And I don't want to wait. I don't want to deviate because I'm getting somewhere, but I want to say this.
Yeah.
For a man, me and him had a joke earlier, yesterday. I said, bro, men are we out of the sexes, men are the ones that it's hard for us to cheat unless we go fix home first. We like cheating more when the wife is happy. You like cheating more when the
Things are bad.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't even feel comfortable fucking with another chick if me and the wife is not good.
Yeah.
For us, sex is like pissing. Like, we don't need a reason to cheat. We just wanted to fuck another girl. You guys tend to cheat emotionally. This is why if a man finds out his girl cheats, the first thing he says is, "Did you fuck him?" When a woman finds out her husband or boyfriend cheated, the first thing she asks is, "Do you love her? Or did you take her to my favorite museum?"
Yeah, like how long? How long is it?
Yeah, is she getting what I'm getting? It's like she needs to. It's like a
right.
Yeah.
And okay, who can replace the other person quicker if they broke up, men and women?
I would say women can replace the man quicker, but they choose not to. And you actually see men jumping into relationships quicker to get over that relationship. But I would say women can do it quicker.
If we're single, who has easier time getting validation and outside attention? Men or women?
I guess it depends on who's the
most
attractive.
on average,
women,
you can
take
an average.
Women, absolutely.
Yeah. Average woman who looks average. And you know, so funny, when I'm around girls that I was dating and messing around with, I would say, yo, let me just see your hand just for experimental reasons. Yo, they would have fucking 500 I can show you. Yo, look at this shit. Hold on, wait. I want to show you. Wait. I got to show this. This is crazy. Hold on. Let me show you this shit. And this girl, she's not ugly, but I just want to give you an understanding on what an average girl hinge looks like.
An average woman is like a celebrity man. Like,
yeah.
With the amount of attention you can get for free.
Wait, can you?
For free?
Wait, can you see? I'm going through her likes.
Okay.
No, look. It's an average woman. This is how much likes she has.
Oh, okay. It's still going.
This is an average woman. I would have to be, a man would have to be a fucking celebrity.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're, yes. Yep.
And I would argue even celebrity men can't compete with average women when it comes to attention. So the things that keep a woman, because I believe, and this is a thing, I don't want to keep getting, because it's like we're stealing from other topics. We're still on other topics.
It's just good to talk to you. We just everything. Let's just have the conversation.
I love it. Yeah.
I truly believe, and this is based on biology. A woman can't love you unless she respects you first. That's one. Number two is the person. Two people. It's impossible for two people to love each other the same or to have the same amount of power. In a relationship, there's always a dynamic. One person has more power, more leverage, and loves and caters to the other person more.
Yeah.
In order for a relationship to work, the woman has to love and be scared to lose him more than he's scared to lose her for it to work.
I've actually heard the opposite.
Of course you
be honest with you.
Yeah, because you're on the other side.
Yeah.
Well, no, hear me out though. Hear me out. Because
wait,
most women, if my
But wait, Tiffany, before you say that, let me just say this. Ask me what. So I don't want you to give me I don't want you to respond based upon what you will want more. See, this is different. I'm not asking you if given the choice, would you want your man to love you and cater to you more, or vice versa? Of course, you're going to say you want him to love you and cater to you more because you're a human being. You want to be the one that's on the receiving end of all the love and gifts and giving, whatever. The question is, what's more likely to last as far as a relationship? If the man loves the woman more or the woman loves the man more? That's the question. Not would you rather. It's more so like,
okay, so for it to last, I would say that women endure more, and because of that, the relationship will last. Now, is that relationship healthy? That's a whole nother topic. But you're right.
Or I'm not saying he's like doing anything that's like not hurting, but he's not
doing you wrong. He's not doing you wrong in this scenario, is what he's saying.
If I didn't file for divorce, mm-hmm. and I was waiting for him to do it, we probably still will be married.
Yeah, because men, we don't leave.
Right.
We go down with the ship.
But he also didn't fight it once it happened, right? It was like, whew, I didn't want to pull the trigger. Thank God she did it.
Is that how he acted, or was it?
I mean, in a nutshell, I mean, he didn't fight it. It was just like, okay, where do I sign?
He probably knew it was coming. He probably, but I'm just saying, because like with a strong woman such as yourself in this situation, I'm sure he probably already figured she probably got another man or she doing something. Especially when a man starts to watch a woman that he loves slowly detach from him, he's going to start thinking things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, she don't care when I come home no more, or she don't care if we spend time together no more. She stopped nagging me about certain shit. Oh, yep. Hold on now. She's really like starting to be okay with me doing whatever I want. This shit is on the rocks. Any man that is paying attention will know that this shit is on the rocks. So maybe he knew it was coming. Maybe I'm not shooting him bail because there's a lot of shit he said that you said that he did that was just wrong in my mind. But I understand this happens and it's not right, but it happens when a man feels inadequate in a relationship. When he feels inadequate, he starts to become like what you were describing. Mm-hmm. So I see a lot of that. I forgot the fucking point I was going with.
Tiffany, so we have to earn our.
Oh, okay. I know what I was saying. But go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like men, if a woman is doing things for us, if she's catering to us, if she's complimenting us, most men go through life without getting a compliment, right? So men, we have to earn all of the love, attention, and acts of service that we get. Women don't. So before a woman even gets into a relationship, before she's married, before she has a boyfriend, she's had a long list of men trying to get her attention.
Like quarter, yeah.
Women have to appreciate that shit because they get it all the time, right? And women, they don't respect things that they don't have to work for. A woman tends to stick with you in a relationship if she had to earn and long for your love, right? A woman can only respect and think she has a fucking winner when she has to put effort into getting that man, and also too knowing that I can be replaced by prettier women than me.
Yeah.
The only thing that keeps a woman loyal is leverage. A woman has to know in her head, I'm with the guy that's fucking better than me. When I say better than me,
or that other woman want.
Yeah, he's taller than me. So when I say better, women are hypergamous, like you said. Women date up social economic ladders, right? Mm-hmm. He has to be taller, stronger, more intelligent than you, better leader, understands more about the world than you, right? Can teach you things. You can turn your fucking brain off when you're with him. He earns more than you, and he doesn't rely on your finances, right? When you're with a man like that, and he says what he means, and he means what he says, and you know that other women want him, the only thing that's going to keep a woman honest. A woman will never stay with you out of sympathy, because a woman can love you and be sympathetic and not respect you. But the moment a woman stops respecting her man, she's out the fucking door. So this is why I'm saying to you, a woman has to love the man more. Because when we're loved more, we're not going to replace you, right? We're going to feel appreciated. We're not going to replace you. And even though we might fuck a girl on the side, we're not breaking up the marriage for that shit. But when a woman sees a man a woman will only stay with you as long as she knows you're the best that she can fucking do. I always tell guys this, you're only there as long as she knows that you're the best guy that she can get, right? Not because she feels sorry for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like men, we'll fuck a girl with a better body than you. We'll fuck a girl that's prettier than you, but we won't leave you. And that's the difference. And I know it's hard to say. It's sad. I mean, whatever. But this is how.
No, yeah.
This is the stuff that we demonize amongst each other. That's like, it's. I understand you might not understand it or like it, but this is kind of the truth. This is the thing. Like, because we respect tenureship. Men, we are like the woman that's with us from however long, we'll keep her because we know any man who's been around enough women know what women are. We know that a lot of those are women don't love us for us, and we don't really care about them for them necessarily. We just want to have the experience. We want to have fun. It's all lighthearted. You and the woman I'm with, I care about. If you're having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. If there's something going wrong with you financially, I'm gonna make sure I fit the bill for that. So there's the way that we love you is different, and so you might confuse like, oh, he's sleeping with other women and I'm not saying that it's right because the thing is that we try to attribute morality to biological things, and the thing is like that's why we have such a hard time understanding each other morally. It's you could say it's not right to lie to the woman you love and to do those things and make her feel hurt. And morally, it's not correct. But if you want to talk about what we're wired to do,
it's not morally your husband when he's broke. But you
we don't think that's morally correct, but we understand that that's in your wiring. Your wiring is to find the best man who can protect you and your offspring. So this is like an animal instinct. So if a man is incapable of doing so, I understand why you leave. You could go back into times of war where women would go and acclimate to the men that killed their husbands. Because you know what, the husbands are gone. I still need a man to protect.
Obviously, he wasn't the best protector,
right? And they disassociate quick. They'd have no, and it's like I say that even a woman's ability to disassociate from a man is biological, because the way in which you can cut off your feelings for a man is not the same way we can cut our feelings off for you. Which is why you can see a man hurt about a relationship 10, 15 years later, and a woman is over it in a few years when she finds your replacement. You know, we would have different wiring.
And men, we love. See, here's the difference too. Men and women love different, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Love. You know what I've heard women say, and it fucking verifies the shit that I've been thinking. I've heard many women say, "Damn, I miss being in love. I want to be in love, or I miss love." Men, we don't say it. You know what men say? I miss Tiffany. When you hear a man say, "I miss something," it's always associated with an actual human being, a body. It's damn, I miss Amanda. You guys would say, I miss the idea of love, because you know why? Women don't love. I tell guys this. It's uncomfortable truth that women will never tell you, but a woman never loves the actual man. She loves the idea of him. This is why before she meets you, when she meets you, she like you fulfill a role that she already thought about. It's not you, bro. So this is why she can replace you, because it's not the physical person. Like I have a story.
Hey, I'm about to say, go get your shit off, nigga.
My story, right? And I'm comparing men to dogs and women, right? So for instance, let me ask you a question. There's two families. One family is currently looking for a dog to fulfill a role, a working dog. Say you have sheep that you need to herd it, right? So you're in the looking for a dog of a certain pedigree to fulfill a job on the farm. Another family is not looking for a dog. This other family doesn't even want a dog, but a dog shows up at their doorstep. After the dog shows up at their doorstep, the man takes it in because he sees the dog is hungry and cold. He takes it in, he gives it shelter, feeds it. The kids fall in love with the dog, but the father goes, "Listen, I'm giving this dog away." Over time, the dog grows on the family. They wind up keeping the dog. The other family, right, winds up utilizing the dog for its intended purpose, herding sheep.
Mm-hmm.
The family pet dies. The working dog dies. Which family do you think is going to be more heartbroken?
The pet family.
Men, when we take a woman in, we're the pet family. You guys take us in as the working dog. The working dog is only as good as the job he can fucking do. The moment he can't do that fucking job, you're going to go to another breeder and get the fucking dog. Us, we can't get over that fucking dog because we don't want any other. We want our dog.
That makes me so sad.
No,
like,
listen.
But this is the truth. This is how men love.
Tiffany, when a man loves you, he falls. This is why they say men fall in love slower, but women leave faster. Because it takes time. Because anything that takes time, it takes longer to process. We become more attached to it.
Yeah.
This is why it's a joke. Gay women, they move in right away.
Yeah.
They say lesbian women, bring a fucking on a date. They bring their book back to spend the night, right?
Mhm.
Men, it takes us time to get to from we're having sex with you to damn okay. So over time, we're becoming more attached to you. And so when a man says my girl can have her whole leg blown off, I can't get rid of. Like yo, we get over.
Right.
It takes so long for a man to get over a woman because we didn't love the idea of you. We love fucking you.
Right.
You
Right.
love the idea of a man. This is why when you ask a girl, a woman already knows in her head what she wants in a man. Right?
Yeah.
I even argue with the girl. I'm like, yo, babe, I'm like, it's not that you really, and she cried. Listen, the way you said you're sad, she fucking cries because she hates the fact that she even think I know this, even though it's honest, but I already know I fulfilled certain things in her life already before I got, I'm sorry, she knew what she wanted in a man, and when I showed up, when I presented myself, she's like, okay, this is the fucking guy I want, right? Right?
Mhm.
But and we don't fall in love like that. It takes us time to fall in love.
Right.
So when we lose you, we fucking lose something that we can't. Because even if a girl comes in and does everything that you did, we still miss our fucking girl.
Right.
This is why when a woman is fucking another man, she's gone. A man can fuck another girl, but it's not our girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that 1,000%. Absolutely.
Irreplaceable. Like this is why a guy can go outside. We can have an overweight girl that fucking snores at night, but that's ours.
Right.
I want to fuck the models, but that model's not my girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Woman is like, yo, he got a bigger dick than my husband, make more money than my husband, more charming than my husband. Fuck, I need my husband for. I want these qualities. Women don't want the man; they want the qualities. Men, we want the woman.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
I say that I hear you and I agree with you to a certain extent. Unfortunately, I feel like my experiences have tainted that view that you're that I agree with you with, right? But you know, there are a lot of guys out there that are, I mean, specifically, we're talking about men who want to be in relationships, who want to be in love, who want to.
I'm sorry, Coach. I'm glad you have a man in front of you, so we tell you. Most men, can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for coming up, but I have to tell you this. Most men who are desirable by a lot of women, first thought is not relationship. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's this is why I always say, if here's a red flag for you as a woman, you have a boyfriend now, but I always tell young girls this shit like this. A red flag is a man asking you, hey, what are we? We've been hanging out for a while. What are we?
I wish a guy would ask me that.
Why would a guy, if a guy's out there having sex with 5 different beautiful women, why would he replace those 5 beautiful women just for you? Right? Women are relationship focused. Men are not.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Unless he's a man that's a lame and never had access to a femininity. So what happens? Structured. So this is where religion, certain strong foundational ethnicities play a role in him being able to have access to. This is why so many men rely on arranged marriage because that's their first sign of sex. It's their first sex.
Yeah.
So men who are the men that the women actually want, they don't want a relationship. They only want a relationship when they see the kind of value that a girl brings in his life. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Absolutely.
So, yep. So it's your job. It's a man's job to get you. It's your job to keep him. So men are not relationship focused. Our job is to spread our seed with different women to bring a diversity of DNA, right?
Right. To procreate.
Yeah. So any man that's like, okay, that's our second date. Can you be my boyfriend? Can you be my girlfriend? That's not that man typically doesn't have options.
Yeah. No.
So I'm sorry, Coach, but I want to.
And that's a turn off. That I mean, any guys any guys that are listening out there that think that that's a thing, it is not. They will block you, never answer you again if you do that. Don't do that.
You see that?
It subconsciously conveys scarcity. And I think women are very socially in tune to that. Women know that as much as you don't like it, you like the man that can attract the women. That's too cool. That's all that. That's what you want. You know that's the man that gets too many girls, but that's the man you want.
Unfortunately, like we'd be setting ourselves up for failure.
But then that goes into another debate of biological love versus love. Because if you want to,
Listen, we're running through. We shooting all our bullets right now.
Yeah, because she's so great. I don't even.
Tiffany, I love what you bring to this platform. Like Tiffany, like you are fucking awesome. It's getting late. Yeah. I want to like Tiffany. This is gonna be the first of many.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I thought we were on here and we debating you. I love you. Like I don't even know what like, you're great. Like I thought we was here. I don't.
You guys, like the shit that we go through. Like you know what I was telling my brother. I was like, yo, bro. You know what I really don't. You know what's a pet peeve of mine is when you ask a woman a question, a controversial question, and she's not honest about it, which I expect. Then I'll walk them through their logic. And then they'll intentionally answer the opposite of what they would normally answer just so that they don't have to agree with me. Right? So I'll say, hey, yeah. I'll say XYZ, and they'll say, no. That's okay. So let's ask some. So let me ask you some questions. And you ask some questions that's obvious, like you know what they should say based on like just being obvious. And they'll say the opposite just so that they don't
be contrary. Just to
yeah. You don't do that, and that's refreshing.
Love that. And there's things that even though you're 44, there's things that we can teach you about yourself too, because I don't think you even tapped into the feminine side of yourself because of your experiences. So I think that there's certain things that we're both going to teach each other.
Absolutely. I think that I'm in the process of finding my feminine side, because what people don't realize, and I think what men also don't realize, I didn't realize it until I had this like conversation with my partner about like being the protector, playing the protector role. And I said, y'all men have to realize that good women, good mothers have to go into mama bear mode and protection mode with their kids. And they're with their kids way more usually than dad is. So when dad is away, mama bear is out, right? Like we're the ones that are walking on the outside of the sidewalk. So right. And our kids are walking on the inside. We're the ones that are looking around as we're going, like we're going to our cart to the parking lot to make sure, you know, our surroundings are cool and everything, because we have our kids. And sometimes I would say, especially for me, someone like me, it's really hard to come out of that protector mode, right? Because I think it actually happened because I kept going to the curb. I kept walking on the outside of him, just, you know, subconsciously, right? And that's what prompted the like, what are you doing? Like, you know, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just naturally a protector. And so I just naturally fall into that lane. But I had to think, well, who was protecting me all of these years, right? Like, my husband, my ex-husband, obviously wasn't doing his job, right, when I was his responsibility. Because if he did, I would learn how to shut that off. Like, you know what I mean? It would be a natural thing for me to expect the male to step into that protecting role.
You know, Tiffany, you have to come into it like that. Here's the thing. Men, we curve women silently. Women curve men over. Like if you go out with a girl and you try to shoot your shot, if you're not her type, she'll tell you, let's be friends. A woman will put you in your place early. Mm-hmm. Men, we don't do that. We'll sit back, keep having sex with you, not say anything, but in our head we're like we'll sit back and watch you out in public. We're like, damn, it's like the mafia. Like, damn, I gotta put a bullet in his fucking head. I don't want to do it. It's like, you know, have you watched like the mafia? They're like, damn, Johnny, I put Johnny, and I gotta fucking put.
Now I gotta fucking kill him, Jesus.
Yeah. You be like, everything could be right. You could be the sweetest, everything cooked, everything, and you do some shit that's not reflective of how, you know, that'll make a relationship run. We'll sit there like, damn, she'll never be my wife. So with that being said, you have to understand and take accountability to know that because of who you are, you only attracted a certain kind. There's no fucking way in the world that I would ever let my girl, broke or not, carry fucking groceries in the house. Yeah, I'll make 5 fucking trips. Yo, listen, I'll make 5 fucking trips. Like, and one flaw about me. I wish I was a little bit more handy. But I'll fucking pay for a service to get done before I let my girl do it.
Right.
Or I'll go to YouTube. I'm not letting her do anything handy, even if I can't do it.
And that's what I love about my partner now. Like literally, I had my kids' sink, the P trap needed to be changed. So he just so happened to come home as I needed a wrench, and because it was stuck. And next thing I know, he's cleaning it out, right? Whereas I didn't ask for that. I know how to do it, right? Like I'm comfortable doing it. I'm okay with it. Men, especially nowadays, don't realize that something as small as that will make a woman just like melt. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then to be really, I was appreciative of it because I know like my masculinity kicks in, right? So I'm like, thank you so much. Like most women don't appreciate or thank their man for doing something. And
Right.
but I know that I make a conscious effort to do that. Like
Yeah.
real deal Holyfield, because I know that for men that's your love language, but that is something that I had to grow to learn. That's not something that was like taught. Like, yeah, make sure you say thank you. You know what I mean?
I mean, make him feel like a hero, and he'll come do anything for you.
So, like, yo, cuddle him. Like when he's on the couch, like, don't say, "What the fuck you watching?" Go sit back. Hey, babe, what are you watching, babe? Let me see this. Like, show a little bit of interest of what he's interested in. Rub
Yes.
his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be nurturing. That's what nurturing is. Healing someone, bringing them from sick to health. If he's sick, cater to him. You know, like put some cream on his. Babe, I bought you a little cream for your face. Like, touch him. Like, we love physical touch.
Right.
And not just sex, but physical touch of other aspects. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's hard for me. I had to learn that too with my new partner, because I think one of his love languages is touch. And I'm an Aquarius. I'm kind of aloof sometimes, and I don't realize that I'm being distant from the world. And I think just being on the couch is it. I'm present. I'm here. You're on that side. I'm on that side, and I'm comfortable with that. Like that makes me feel good. We're in the same space together, but I'm going to say women, where women
You sound masculine. You sound like a dude. That's how we sound.
Right. Where women get it wrong is that, but how does your partner feel about that? Because what if your partner just wants to put his hand on your calf, right, while you're watching TV? I used to be like, no, I'm good. Like, oh, no, I'm okay. But I had to realize what I was doing was
a woman can't fuck you if she doesn't respect. So if you, because a man, he might have a heart, even though he's not making money, you can't equate labor, how much labor he's doing, with how much money he's making. There's some people out there that work harder than millionaires, right? Physically, right? Yes. They're not working harder, but they're not bringing any money. Women don't give a fuck. They want to see the bacon. So what happens when a man has a hard day, even though he's not bringing the money, but say he had a hard day at work, he's laying on the couch. It irks women to see a man that's making less have any fucking downtime. As a man, you can't have no fucking downtime. Yeah. Like, woman come home and see you on a fucking couch and she's bringing in more money. She's going to hate that. And from there, even if he wants to touch you, have sex with you, you're going to be disassociated, because it's hard for you to sleep and lay down with a man that you don't respect. Like, right. Like men, we can fuck a girl that we don't like. But you guys can't fuck a man that you are icky from. He's a bum. I don't want to touch this bum.
And there's gotta be more to it, right? Because I know a lot of women that are with men that make less, right? So there's got to be more to that, just the money aspect of it, because it could be okay. Like we talked about this, we purposely moved to the city because now I'm making six figures, and we already knew that you were only going to be making $30,000, and you're going to cook dinner. You're going to cook dinner Monday through Friday, and that's how you're going to make up for all this.
I think that relationship is on a clock. I think that relationship.
I've seen it work. I think it can work. I've seen it work, right? But it has to be done with mutual respect and an understanding.
But Tiffany, here's the thing too. There's conscious and subconscious, right?
Right.
Conscious is like involuntary, like your heart doesn't beat when you tell it that it fucking beats.
Right.
So there's subconscious behavior and there's conscious behavior. What a woman says in public about respecting her husband is not the same as she would treat him in the house, because he still has to deal with that shit.
Agreed.
Like just making it work. Like can something happen? Yes, but what kind of treatment will you endure while you're? Listen, you want to know a fucking good experiment? Live in a house with a woman that earns way more than you, and is more capable, more intelligent. Let's see that. I want to do an experiment and just put a fucking like a camera on the guy's head just to see what he has to go through. That's a fuck.
Yeah.
And a lot of eye rolls behind their back. I'm gonna tell you that.
Tiffany, can you listen? Can you do this? Like, we have to make this. We have to continuously do these because I have.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Because I had another topic. I wanted to go into the mindset of a protector because you would talk about how men don't know. But the thing is that we have to look up the upbringing. This is the problem when you have this non-gender role kind of upbringing. Men don't have this vision of, oh, women, that's the weaker sex. I need to be doing this for her. I need to do that for her. I'm not saying weaker sex in a negative way, but I'm saying like the mindset of a protector. The reason why men want to protect women is because we have an understanding that you are the weaker sex. The reason why we want to jump to carry the groceries is because we know that we're stronger. So when you have this belief of I can do it too, and you make men believe it so much so even in their childhood, then they don't have the mindset of a protector because a man only wants to protect things that are weaker than him. That's why, you see like men, we protect children or this or that, anything. We don't, a lot of men don't tolerate bullies. I don't like bullies, because I don't want anyone being unfair or unjust to people that are weaker than them, or especially if it's someone that I care about. So when you teach young boys not to think of themselves as stronger, faster, better, or whatever in ways than women, you're instilling a mindset that makes it like, well, she got it. She's carrying the groceries around the corner. She'll be home soon. Because we're looking at each other as equals. And yes, we're equal as far as our value, as human value, but there's an important, I don't believe that a marriage works without gender roles.
Absolutely.
I think that in fact, if you can get the gender roles right, you don't even need to have the friendship or things right away, which is why I see how some arranged marriages work. Because my duty to you, what I do to you, helps you develop a respect for me that develops into love over time.
And there's an understanding. It's spelled out like in an arranged marriage. Like, you know what you're going to do and what you're responsible for.
Tiffany, I promise you, like now, because now I didn't know what to expect, but now I know who you are. We're going to have some solid fucking topics. I'm going to have some. Get some topics. Please get some topics too. And then you got to make a trip to New York City too.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you get a chance to watch our stuff on YouTube?
I did. I was watching a couple of videos on YouTube.
He's a partner in this, and he's amazing. He's our production guy. He's fucking amazing. So we get in the studio, we get the whole effect with the lights, camera, and shit.
Yes.
We can't do that like every single day because we all have our schedules and booking guests. Right. So just having you here and just talking about these topics and having a woman, it's hard just to have two guys talking, but now have a feminine presence here. A feminine presence that's a fucking leader. You know what I'm saying? And typically,
we get into some.
Yo, bring them on too. That'll be lit.
Well, my partner.
No girlfriends. Any girlfriends?
Oh, my girlfriends. Like, okay, yeah. Let me know. Like, especially what the topic is about.
I want you to come up and take initiative and get some ideas and shit. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
That'll be dope.
I'll be randomly sending you ideas, topics.
Tiffany. First, I want to say thank you because you don't no one has to do this, and I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, thank
you. I appreciate it. I have a lot of respect for you as a Black woman, raising two children, enduring the hardship that you endured, and still being this finished product. Regardless if we don't agree on everything, you are fucking amazing. I bow to you, and
thank you.
And thank you so much for being here, man. That your presence on your time means so much to us.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys taking a chance and bringing me on. I knew I was going to do great. I was like, I just need them to give me a chance. Like, come on, bring it on. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, but I didn't even think I would like you so much. I thought we were going to argue, and then we got arguing. I thought I was, but I agree with you. I think it's women like you that can help save younger women, to be honest with you, because you can give a honest experience and you can speak to real feelings, and you can help us debunk a lot of things that women are confused about, and just you being here is refreshing, and we needed you here because two men cannot keep talking about women without a woman being here.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your honesty too. That's like a gift. Thank you so much. for your.
Absolutely.
That is, I'm gonna keep saying it. Thank you for your authenticity and your honesty. I feel like I've known you for like years, man.
You the homie to me. You the homie to me. I'm ready to get mimosas.
Thank you. You're a good balance. You know, I can tell like you're artistic, but also too you have a seriousness about you. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like we'll stay in touch. Like I'm gonna give you Terry's number 2. Text us.
Okay.
Like I want to do another episode like fucking ASAP, like in a couple of days.
Yeah. What a structured topic. We can have a structure.
Fuck that. Like facts. Like this is dope,
I'm with it, man. I'm with it, man.
I appreciate you so much. And please, Tiffany, come up with some topics that you want to discuss too.
Okay, absolutely.
Cool.
I will share it with you guys.
Tiffany, thank you.
You.
Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Tiffany.
Hold on,
Tyree.
we gotta do the outro. Tiffany, Tyree, Muhammad, Capture Media. We're out of here. It's been great.
Later.